Hey folks, this is Rhykker with a Diablo 4 video about a strategy that you can use to farm XP fast along with the Malignant Hearts, the new seasonal theme item. We'll start with just the too long didn't watch version of the video. If you farm the Din Day Hollow Malignant Tunnel, do that over and over, you're going to get a good amount of XP per hour and you're going to get a good amount of hearts, Malignant Hearts per hour as well. So that's it, that's the strategy. The rest of this video, we're going to go into a bit more nuance on the most effective ways to do this, why it's a good idea, and other best practices. So first off, obviously you can only do this strategy in Season 1. It makes use of the new season content, which adds these Malignant Tunnels. There's a few of them that are added in the world throughout the map. These Malignant Tunnels are a deterministic way of hunting for Malignant Hearts. Malignant Hearts are new items just here for the season that you insert into jewelry sockets, and there's 32 different hearts, and some of them are really powerful. So if you get the right Malignant Heart for your build, you can really empower yourself. Malignant Hearts also, thanks to the patch around season launch, give you armor. So at this point, there's never a reason for you to take a skull over a Malignant Heart, because you're still going to get the armor that you would have gotten from the skull anyway. Now, a reason that you want a ton of different Malignant Hearts is because you're going to be breaking them down to craft new ones, more powerful ones. They have an item power on them. In Kyovashad, Khorman has a workbench, and from that workbench, you can then craft the kind of Malignant Hearts that you want. So all those extras that you're not going to be using, you're going to break those down for materials. Also, Malignant Hearts come in 4 different flavors. You have your 3 standard flavors, and then you have your black hearts. These are called Wrathful Hearts, and these are a lot more challenging to get. They're just a lot rarer. So in order to optimize your chances of getting these, you need to just be running as many Malignant Tunnels as possible. Now, at the end of a Malignant Tunnel, you're going to find a Malignant Outgrowth. This is like a tumor at the end, where you have the choice to select between a black Wrathful Heart and a different color heart. And you can then summon a boss of that color in order to acquire a heart of that color once you beat the boss. But in order to fight that boss, you need to use an Invoker. And an Invoker is something that you can craft again at Khorman's workbench, but it's basically just a consumable that gives you a key to fight the boss. You have no deterministic way of crafting a black key. You can't make a Wrathful key. You can have a chance if you craft an uncertain Invoker, you have a chance in order to get a Wrathful Invoker. But because it's just a chance, that means you're going to need a lot of materials, and you're going to get those materials by blasting these Malignant Tunnels. Now, outside of Malignant Tunnels being the source where you're going to get your Malignant Hearts, well, they're also just good XP. They're shortish dungeons, the density is generally pretty good, and they give you elites to fight, because it's those elite monsters that are the Malignant monsters. A quick note about the Malignant Tunnels: if you're not seeing them appear on your map like this, it's possible they only unlock after you've started actually engaging with the Season Journey quest. So go find Khorman. Again, you're going to notice him by this little leaf symbol. The game is very good at instructing you towards the seasonal content. So just engage with the quest line, follow the quest line along until you get to that point. You might even reach a point where you're bottlenecked by your season journey, so then do the season journey that you need to do in order to get to the point of unlocking that. And the Din Day Hollow Malignant Tunnel seems to have the best XP per hour if you follow the right loop. As you're going around, you're going to run into those champions. Once the Malignant monsters are dead, they leave a heart behind. You got to click the heart, and then you got to wait several seconds for that monster to spawn, and then you fight it, and then you can actually grab the caged heart. You can actually put that into your inventory. So you have to kill the monster twice. And again, there's that long delay during which they're respawning. Here's the trick. You click the heart to get the monster to start respawning, and then you just bolt. You keep running and you keep clearing, and you do that every time. Why? Because eventually, once you complete your circuit, you're going to do a loop around the dungeon. You don't have to kill every monster along the way. Once you've killed a sufficient number, the remaining stragglers will teleport to you, including those Malignant monsters that you left behind, because who's got time to wait 10 seconds for a monster to spawn? Then, once you get that completion, rather than rushing over to do the boss, you're just gonna exit dungeon, and then you're gonna reset. Now, you do have the ability to reset dungeons if you press M, and on the lower right here, you can click Reset Dungeons. But what I found was, oftentimes, it tells me that I still have a party member in the dungeon and I cannot reset. So, I don't know if this is a bug or if they are trying to kill this kind of a run, but in that case, just exit game, join back into game, and you're going to be back in game right where you left off, right outside the exit of the tunnel, go back in, and it will have reset. So you can even just skip the part where you try to reset the dungeon. Just leave dungeon, exit game, back in, rerun. Now, if you don't want to just farm the same dungeon over and over, you can go do other Malignant Tunnels as well. You can work this as well into your general leveling rotation. I have this video here where I describe a means of leveling quickly that is not just doing one dungeon over and over or one stronghold over and over. If all you're looking for, in fact, is the fastest XP farm, then it's actually going to be Strongholds. Strongholds not all the way through and resetting and doing that over and over and over. If you can push all the way into World Tier 3, then you can benefit from the enhanced experience from World Tier 3. But even if you're significantly lower level, even if you're like, well, I can maybe do the Capstone Dungeon, which is a level 50 dungeon, I can maybe do that in the low 40s, right? But then there's no way that I can handle level 55 monsters in an efficient manner. Well, here's the thing. Strongholds in World Tier 3 are not level 55 plus. They could actually be lower level. They're just always whatever your level is plus 2. So normally it's not efficient to be struggling through content to get XP, but if you can be doing it on World Tier 3, the amount of extra XP that you get for those strongholds generally makes it worth it. But again, you gotta be doing this trick where you're effectively just running the baseline of the stronghold. You're not going all the way to the boss. You're just doing an efficient route through, killing enemies, killing density, and then leaving and resetting the stronghold. Personally, I don't enjoy doing that, but it is literally the fastest XP per hour you can get. Another method I forgot to mention in my leveling guide was doing Legion events. A Legion event spawns roughly every 30 minutes. You can use a tracker like on maxroll.gg or on helltides.com to tell you when it's coming up. The XP for Legion events is really good once you're there. You want to arrive, or you want to head over there about 2.5 minutes before it spawns, because you want to have time to go to the campfire. Click the campfire and then wait. And you're going to build up 15 stacks max of an XP buff. If you get there a little late and the event starts, you can still wait near where the fire was. You might not see the fireplace anymore. It's still there. You're going to still see your buff stack count upwards up to 15. You combine that with an elixir, another 5% buff. You can party up with people that are there as well for more XP buff, and the amount of XP you get while doing a Legion event is really good because it's a lot of monsters, it's a high density of monsters in a short amount of time. The only downside of the Legion events is the time needed to get there. But again, it's something you can toss into your rotation if you're looking for a fun and efficient way to level up. But that's the wrap up this video, folks. As a reminder, I also have a top 10 build list if you're looking for what build you want to play. We're going to have, in a few days, on Friday, the devs are going to have a campfire chat where they're going to talk about the buffs they're giving to Sorcerer, which is probably going to happen next week, so stay tuned for an update to my recommended builds. But now I turn the question to you folks, what methods have you found to be effective for fast leveling in the new season? Sound off in the comments. Thanks for watching. Special thanks to my Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube supporters for making these videos possible. If you enjoyed this video, please share it. Check out these other videos and subscribe to join Rhykker's Raiders for more Diablo content.